Greetings and welcome to another episode of Trippy Food. Today I'm in Beverly Hills, or Los Angeles if you want to be technical, and I am at The Flats, which is the new restaurant of Chef Kyle Schutte, a friend of mine who decided to join me and tell me about the amazing things that they're doing here.
Yes.
So I got to tell you a little bit about Kyle. This is on like a personal level. Kyle, to me, will always be a rock star because this is the guy that on Cutthroat Kitchen left with all his money just by going, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
That was the plan going in. I'm not going to deviate.
So this man is a rock star. So Kyle, this is your new place, and the Flats it's called the Flats because you're doing
Flatbread.
Flatbread,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
But there's other.
Yeah. So it's a small plates restaurant with an emphasis on flatbread pizza. So the flatbreads are an extension of the small plates menu, not necessarily an entree, but yeah, that's us.
So we're starting with some of the small plates.
We're starting with some of the small plates, absolutely. So this is our caramelized baguette. It's pretty much our take on bread and butter. The baguette is made in-house. It's about half rice flour, and then it's glazed with a palm sugar syrup, blasted in the oven, some rendered emulsified bone marrow on the bottom, and then this is cola salt. So we took a spice and made it basically taste like Coca-Cola and then put salt in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you want to start with this one?
Yeah, so just the best way to do it is we've already cut it, just rip it and dip it.
So dip this and...
Yeah, dip that and get some salt on there. Like really get into that marrow. Here, there's some over here hiding.
Cheers. I like the way the sweet and salty play off each other.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my god, this is like a dessert.
What better way to start your meal than with dessert?
I mean, it's so rich.
Yeah.
That was really good. Do you mind if I double dip?
It's your world.
Yeah, you have savory and sweet and salty all working together.
Totally. I wanted something that people could relate to. And so what's more relatable to start a meal than bread and butter? But also something that was going to completely knock someone off their center. And so I thought this was the perfect start to our meal. So it's the first thing on our menu. It'll probably always be on there because I just think it's just the perfect introduction to the restaurant.
That is awesome. That is bread that is not flat.
Definitely not flat. No.
What do you want to do next?
We can do the calamari. So it's charred calamari on the plancha. The pineapple has been cured just like we cure our salmon, and then we basically mince it really fine. This is smoked mayonnaise, which will cut right through that. And then the top is toasted Fresno chilies. So basically what we do is we incorporate Fresno chilies into a pie dough, roll it out really thin, bake it till it's crispy, then pulverize it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
It's a local squid. The squid is the star of the dish. It's doing all the hard work. We just cook it.
It's so tender. You just kind of
do
that on the grill?
Yeah, right on the plancha. We don't even use oil. We just deglaze with a little apple cider vinegar as it cooks.
It's really mild. It's exceptionally mild.
Yeah. This dish is all about balance. So you have the smokiness from the mayonnaise, the brininess from and a little bit of sweetness from the pineapple, but it's all just kind of working together subtly.
But the Fresno is kind of muted too.
Yeah. Oh, the Fresno is muted. Yeah, you got to like get a lot of it to be spicy. Like if you really scooped it, you'd get the spice.
But you don't want that because then you're gonna kill it, right?
Food is all about balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really good.
Thank you.
This is really good, like, if you're afraid of seafood. You know, like, people go like, oh, I don't like seafood, it tastes too oceany or whatever like that.
Well, and also, like, on the menu, it says charred calamari. So people are going to order it not expecting to see something waving at them. So when they get it, they might be taken aback. But hopefully, it's just one more thing to kind of get them over that hurdle.
No, that is really good.
Thank you. This is our house-made mozzarella, and so it's battered in a peanut tempura. Then we boil some peanuts. We take all the liquid from that. We make the ponzu that's on the bottom.
This is the peanut that's on the menu, right? Oh, peanut. I missed one.
Yeah, you missed one. Peanut. Yeah. So it's peanut ponzu, peanut tempura, boiled peanuts, and a powdered peanut butter. And then over here you can see there's some grape jelly on there. So it's our take on peanut butter and jelly. Again, something familiar but totally foreign.
So, yeah, something that you'll recognize it once it's in your mouth.
Right. Yeah, totally. And again, like this is like, okay, we're doing a flatbread restaurant, so people are going to say pizza. So what is the most common thing in a pizza plate? Mozzarella sticks. Okay, how can we take that left of center? And that's how we came up with this.
It's like a daydream about peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't taste like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No. It tastes like the kind of peanut butter and jelly sandwich you might construct after a really late night.
Like peanut butter, jelly, and cheese?
Right. Just like super hungry, 3 o'clock in the morning, raiding the pantry.
But there's some things that you can talk about that you think these don't go together, right?
Right.
Like peanut butter, jelly, and cheese.
Right.
Not going together. But there's a place in Portland that has a burger. It was one of our episodes. We did a killer burger, and they have a peanut butter, bacon, and pickle burger. And you would think that wouldn't work,
right?
But it does. You know, it's almost, the peanut butter is almost like a satay, and it's bread and butter pickles,
right,
so it has that sweetness to it and everything. And so you think, I can't believe I'm eating this thing, and then you take a bite into it and you go like, oh my god, this so works.
Yeah, no, totally. And for this, it's like, I mean, you think of like Wonder Bread, and it's just this like soft, pillowy.
You must have watched our Fluffernutter episode where I was just saying, just use Wonder Bread, peanut butter, and fluff, that's it.
Yeah, so I mean, like the mozzarella is just a substitute for the Wonder Bread. Like we pull it in house, it's super subtle, it's super soft. I mean, it's just a catalyst for whatever we want to put on it.
Yeah, that's really good.
Thanks.
So what else do we have coming?
We have a couple different flatbreads. We have our bacon flatbread. Our apple flatbread, which has bacon on it, and the clam flatbread.
Okay, Kyle.
Yes.
Tell me what we got here.
So the flats. It's time to taste some flats. The flatbreads are divided into 2 sections: old school flatbreads, traditional flavors, things that people are more comfortable with, and new school flats, which anything goes, going to change all the time. So this is one of our old school flats. This is our little neck clam. So it's meant to be like all the flavors of like that traditional clam pie from New York. Right now we're working on some edible clam shells that will soon garnish the top.
Edible clam shells?
Because you know when you get the pie from New York, they always have the clam shells on it. It's like it doesn't make any sense. You can't eat them. You got to pick them off.
Unless you have broken teeth.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna make the clam shells, and so we're just on the cusp of getting that done.
If I know anything, this is the guy that made the only oyster ice cream in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
If anyone can make edible clam shells, it's you.
Well, they're done. It's just we have to get the right shell size because the shells we have right now, they're too big because we molded over the top. Anyway, so this one is our ricotta base. The little neck clams that have been popped open and cleaned. We took all the juice from those and we made this gel right here with white wine and parsley.
Wow.
The other orbs are roasted garlic, Parmesan over the top, and then some parsley. This guy is one of the new school flats. This is our apple. So we have a champagne gastrique on the bottom, which is a reduction of champagne vinegar, sparkling wine, and sugar. Then we have braised bacon, which is braised for 12 hours. Robiola cheese, which is this really stinky, awesome cheese from Italy. It's 3 milks. And
wait, it's not the one with the maggots in it, right?
Oh no. That's next round. Some fresh apples that aren't cooked; they're just raw, and then powdered thyme and pepper.
I'm really looking forward to the combination of the apple, the bacon, and the cheese together.
Yeah, and you'll see when you eat it that gastrique on the bottom, although it's little, it kind of brings the whole thing together. All of our doughs are made every day, pulled by hand. We don't press them, we don't roll them. They're stretched by hand. So you'll see they're all a little bit different.
What should I start with?
Let's start with the traditional. Yeah, cheers.
This is really good because there's that clam flavor there,
Right.
But it's not like something like you bite into something with clams in it, and it's kind of like a little bit off-putting.
Yeah.
And you're kind of
Right.
questioning a little bit. But like this doesn't taste like clams that have been sitting in clam juice on a shelf somewhere.
No, we get these clams in. They immediately go into ice water. They purge their sand. They're immediately taken out of their shells. They hit the fire just long enough to pop open so we can harvest that juice. They're shocked, they're cleaned, and then they go on the flatbread.
And no matter what else is in here, it finishes with the clam.
Yeah, and it's all because of that gel that we make from the clam juice. It's amazing.
Oh. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, and it really does go back to that traditional New York pie. The method to their madness of like putting the whole clams on there so you get that juice. It's more about the juice than the meat.
But this changes the texture and everything. So it's like a memory of a New York clam pizza.
Totally.
It's a memory of a New York clam pizza.
Perfectly said.
Yeah. That was really good. Now this guy.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this. I'm gonna kind of break it up a little bit so I get that apple on that first bite.
Do it.
Now this one, would you ever consider that a dessert pizza?
No. But it's funny you say that because here's the thing. I'm a Southern guy. So in the South, we tend to balance with sweet and sour rather than sweet and heat. And so a lot of people on the West Coast, they taste these sweet and sour flavors and they think dessert. And as a Southerner, it's second nature to me that it would be a main course.
I was a little nervous about the cheese. I was thinking it was going to be almost offensive from the way you were describing it.
Right.
I mean, you get that breadth of it,
Yeah.
but it's not.
We use it sparingly, and it's not because we're cheap. It's again because everything's about balance. So finding just the right amount of that cheese is a really, really beautiful thing on this
See,
pizza.
I think the reason somebody might confuse this with a dessert pizza is because there's a real sweetness
Right.
that cuts through.
Right.
I mean, even like aside from the apples.
Yeah, it's that gastrique on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are both really good.
Thank you.
Well, Kyle, this is awesome. This is just awesome. I love the stuff that you're doing here. I'm glad that, like you got room to stretch. You got your own place now and everything.
Yeah.
Man, this is really good.
Well, we got to end with dessert though.
Oh my God.
Yeah. If you think that's dessert, wait for dessert.
Bring it on.
Cool.
Damn, Kyle, this is fun. Look at what do we have here.
Yeah, so we got to end on a sweet note, at least sweeter than an apple flatbread. So this is our take on tiramisu. It's a steamed sponge cake that we cook at a really low temperature with a lot of humidity.
Sort of like a spotted dick.
I don't know how to answer that.
Oh, okay. It's a British sponge cake that's steamed.
Oh, then yes, exactly like that. The sponge cake is got some vanilla and some espresso in it, mascarpone ice cream, some cocoa powder, and then on the top is frothed espresso. These are our donuts, kind of a take on tres leches. So the donuts are tossed in a milk sugar. There's a tres leches pudding on the bottom, rose ice cream, and toasted peanuts.
Wow. I don't know where to start. Help me. Kyle, I'm going to tell you this, and I know it's going to sound funny, but coming from me, I think, you know what I like about this?
No.
It almost looks like meat.
Meat, yes.
Meat.
Yes. Make sure you get some of that ice cream.
Damn, it's so light.
Yeah.
So you said take on tiramisu.
Yeah.
This is so much lighter. It's just there's so much airiness to this. It's just like it just melts. It's like
Yeah, I think dessert should be heavy in flavor and light in texture.
but you know tiramisu can sometimes be
Dense.
heavy.
Yeah.
Dense and heavy.
Totally.
And this is not at all.
No, it's just basically the flavors reinterpreted.
Oh, this is so good.
Thank you.
and it's probably decadent as hell, but you don't feel like it is because it's so light.
I think that's the perfect dessert, right? Like, the flavors are there, you feel good eating it, but then it doesn't weigh you down at the end.
Yeah, so somebody will go like, I don't know if I could eat dessert, and you take a spoonful of that, I go, oh, I could have more than that.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally.
That is so good.
Thank you.
So what do you recommend for the donuts?
A little bit of donut, a little bit of ice cream. Make sure you get some of that.
I feel like honey eating a donut with a fork.
Go for your hands. But you got to get the ice cream. That's the only tricky part.
I love the nuttiness in there.
Yeah, peanut and rose I think is great. The tres leches thing, I don't know. It just kind of came together like I was legitimately drinking tequila and thinking about how much I enjoy the florality of it. I like Highland tequila and I love that florality. And
This is no Krispy Kreme donut.
No, definitely not. No.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
So what can't you do? What don't you do? But the thing I love about it is that there's a lot of, as I say, unusualness. Is that a real word? A lot of unusualness which appeals to me,
Right.
but at the same time, there's accessibility.
I had to make a place where my dad could come in and feel comfortable getting a pepperoni flatbread and a beer at the bar, and I would feel comfortable knowing that the dough, the sauce, the cheese, and the pepperoni was all made under my roof.
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
Thanks.
So here we are at the Flats, Beverly Hills. If you're in the area, get out here. Get out here now. Kyle, always a pleasure. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks for checking out Trippy Food. If you enjoyed watching that video half as much as I did making it, well then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did. And if that's the case, you'll probably like this video right here. And if not, check out this video right here. That one's a little bit different. Either way, leave a comment down below. And be sure to subscribe by clicking on the Trippy Food icon right here. Glad you could make it, and we hope to see you again soon.